There were really only two teams that could have possibly dethroned the Dynasty Warriors throughout the mid-2010s. First one were the Houston Rockets with Chris Paul and James Harden. We know that they came up short in 2018. But another team had to be the Kawhi Leonard San Antonio Spurs. A lot of people thought that the 61-win Spurs in 2017 could have defeated the Warriors, but Kawhi got hurt in that conference championship series. He was pretty much out all of 2018 and then wanted a trade from San Antonio and ended up in Toronto. So today we're going to go back before that and take control of the 2016 Spurs. So what is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? We're obviously going to be rebuilding the pre-trade Kawhi Leonard San Antonio Spurs from 2016. We still have the older big three of Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, and Tony Parker. They're coming off a massive free agency signing in LaMarcus Aldridge. And yeah, this team ended up going 67-15. They swept the Grizzlies in round number 1, but they did lose to the Thunder in 6 games in round 2. Kawhi Leonard led the team with 21 points. LaMarcus Aldridge had 18. Tony Parker had 12. Yeah, it was towards the end of Tim Duncan's career. So I think the roster creator is doing us a little bit of a favor having Tim Duncan as a 95 overall, but he's going to be 39 years old at the end of the year. Manu's going to be 38. Tony Parker's going to be 34. Hopefully he doesn't end up in Charlotte because that was such a weird end to his career. This is such a good team, man. Like with David West, Boris Diaw, who's like one of the more underrated players of all time. Matt Bonner is a three-point shooter. Same with Patty Mills, the Aussie assassin. You have Danny Green as well. Under Greg Popovich for 4-star defense. And we could have a really good lineup out there of Tony Parker, Danny Green, Kawhi, Aldridge, and Duncan. I know he was known to be a sixth man, but I'm going to start Manu Ginobili. We don't get many years of him left. We also have Boban Marjanovic as well. I'm going to give 8 minutes to Patty Mills and Matt Bonner. We're going to go 17 to Danny Green and Boris Diaw. We're going to do about 23 to David West. I know he's older, so we're going to go 31 to Tim Duncan. Let's do 35 to Aldridge. He was supposed to be the successor to Tim Duncan. Obviously, they never won a title there. 35 to Aldridge and Kawhi. Let's go 31 to Ginobili and Parker. And then go probably 10 minutes to Bonner and Mills. So injuries are on for this. So we got to have some depth as we're trying to build maybe a dynasty here. Like maybe Duncan's going to retire, maybe Parker's going to retire, or Ginobili. But hopefully we can have sustainable success after they are gone. Obviously, Kawhi Leonard will not get traded. We're going to make him a Spur for life. Shout out to Tyreek Evans on the Hornets dropping 31 on us in the second game of the year. Also want to give a shout out to my Sross Gaming channel. It's completely new. I'm going to be doing Madden rebuilds, MLB The Show rebuilds, NCAA Dynasty videos when the game comes out this summer. And maybe we'll even sprinkle a random 2K series on there as well. So the first link in the description, I've been dropping Madden rebuilds. MLB The Show comes out next week. All those will be going over there. I know some of you guys asked for some non-2K content on this channel. It will all be over there. So we start off the season 1-3, which is kind of interesting because I feel like this is a really good team, and we are 2-3 right there. I mean, we're going to be fine throughout the year. Tim Duncan is not going to play like a 96 overall. I will promise you that, but he can still be a serviceable guy for us. Tony Parker shooting 39% from the field, 54% from the line. We love to see that. Aldridge averaging 18 and 8. Ginobili is off to a pretty good start, shooting 38% from 3, and Kawhi is being Kawhi. And this is going to be the year of the 2016 draft, and this was the start of back-to-back phenomenal picks by the San Antonio Spurs. Jakob Poeltl going number 1 in a mock. So they took Derek White, DeJounte Murray in this draft, 29th overall. And then in 2017, they got Derek White, 29th overall as well. The Spurs were on a heater with drafting at this time. All right, so we're 40 games through the season. We are 32 and 8. We are currently 4th in the power rankings, 1 in the Western Conference, though, so we will have to see that. The Golden State Warriors are 23 and 15, so this was right before the 2016 offseason, where we know that they ended up getting Kevin Durant. You have the Lob City Clips there as the 3 seed. You got KD and Russ as the 2 seed there in the Western Conference, and then over in the East, LeBron's first year with the Cavs. No, this would be the second year. This is the year the Warriors went 73 and 9. The Heat are the 2 seed. Okay, well, I guess Chris Bosh stays healthy, which is really cool. Amari Stoudemire, all right. I guess he wasn't officially retired yet, but I love to see it as a Knicks fan. I like to see Stat doing well. So Kawhi is our number 1. Tim Duncan's averaging a double-double. Same with Tony Parker. All the efficiency is looking good. I like this team a ton. We've had some minor injuries, but nobody's missed time yet. Knock on wood. All right, so we are here at the 2016 trade deadline. I think they ended up with like Justin Simmons this year too, but I could be wrong. So we are 40 and 12. We're the 1 seed in the West. I would like to win 3 titles in this video. If you watch the 10-year Celtics rebuild, you know I would like to get some luck on my side right now, as Kawhi 24, 7 and 5, 2.2 steals. He could win DPOY. This is not the year he won it. He won it last year in 2015. LeBron may win MVP, Rookie of the Year. This is just going to be messed up a little bit. I guess Jokic could technically be a rookie, but yeah, Paul George, Blake Griffin, obviously not, because this is from the eras mode, so there's probably some mix-up with the 2010 guys, because that's when this is supposed to start in the 2011 season. We do get Kawhi number 2 in DPOY. Like, I don't even think I'm going to move David West right now. I think, like, we might as well try to win a championship with this team. I don't really want to give Tony Parker a 4-year extension, so I'm not going to do that since he's a little bit older. I don't really want to give David West a 2-year extension, so I think those guys may hit free agency. We'll see. Obviously, priority number one in the offseason is going to be to give Kawhi Leonard so much money because he is a free agent at the end of the year. He's making $866,000. That is such a steal for us. All right, so LeBron wins the 2016 MVP award, Rookie of the Year. Ignore that. Reggie Jackson, 6th Man of the Year in Detroit. Boy goes to Anthony Davis. He would be sick to have on this team. Drew Holiday, Most Improved. Byron Scott, Coach of the Year. So this would be like David Blatt / Ty Lue. You got Dirk making one more All-NBA team. I guess he's 28 in this. I don't think that's correct. It's crazy because I was like, wait, LeBron was 31 in this, but this was 8-9 years ago, so that does make sense, which is just kind of crazy. But yeah, Dirk's age is obviously pretty wrong there. He'd be like mid-30s at that point. Kawhi is on All-NBA 3rd team. He's on All-Defensive 1st team as well. And we finished the season as the 1 seed. We're going to be going up against the LA Lakers in round number 1 with a very young D'Angelo Russell, a rookie D'Angelo Russell, Nick Young, older Kobe, Emeka Okafor, Roy Hibbert, Marcin Gortat, Lou Will, Julius Randle. We know that these were not some good Lakers teams at this point. They could not build a good roster around Kobe. We had 6 guys scoring the double figures with Kawhi at the top. Rebounds-wise goes to Tim Duncan, and assist is Tony Parker, but Ginobili had 8.2 assists. All right, so this is a team we should definitely beat. Game 1 goes to the San Antonio Spurs. We won by 12, 116, 104. Game number 2 goes to the San Antonio Spurs. We win by 10. Kawhi with 28, 11, and 5. 13 assists for Tony Parker. You'll have to see it. Game number 3 goes to the San Antonio Spurs by 25 points. Huge games from Kawhi and Manu Ginobili. And we are going to sweep the Kobe Bryant Lakers. And we are going to be advancing to the Portland Trail Blazers here in round number 2. Shout out to Kawhi in round 1. I always forget that they signed Pau Gasol this offseason in 2016. Like, Tim Duncan ended up retiring, and Manu played another year without Tim Duncan. We are 5-0 in the playoffs, though, off to a fantastic start. This is, I guess, a younger CJ McCollum and Damian Lillard. Not much around them, though. Game number 2 is going to go to the San Antonio Spurs. We are undefeated in the playoffs. Game number 3 goes to the Spurs. Are we going to sweep them? Oh, my God. We are 8-0 in the playoffs. What a round 2 from Kawhi. Give me Golden State. I mean, I would take OKC as well. I mean, this was the conference finals where OKC blew a 3-1 lead against Golden State, and Golden State ends up winning in 7. We'll see if KD's a free agent and if he leaves them. You have Cleveland and Miami over there in the East. Game number 1, Golden State wins. So we were 8-0, and they finally, somebody defeats us, and Golden State wins. So did Clay get hurt? Yeah, Clay tore his left ACL because the last time I checked him, he wasn't playing. Wow, that is a brutal injury. And they're up 1-0. I mean, wow, they're up 2-0 with no Clay. Wow, okay, well, Draymond obviously is really freaking good. Game number 3, win, thank God. If we went down 3-0, probably would have been over. 3 for 10 game for David West. Game number 4, we go down 3-1. So now we need to see what happened in the 2016 Western Conference Finals. I need a team to blow a 3-1 lead. All right, we force a game 6. Let's go. Kawhi is playing through a twisted ankle here in game 6. We get off to a great start in that first quarter, outscoring them by 24. If we blow a 24-point lead, I'd be very upset. And we are going to beat them to force a game 7 by 24 points. Kawhi had 42 points on a bum ankle. And here we go, game 7 against the Warriors at home in San Antonio. Let's see if we can win. I don't know why I can't remember the Spurs arena name. Why do I think it's the AT&T Center? Okay, it's the Frost Bank Center now, but it was the AT&T Center at this time. So we are tied here in the 4th quarter. We come back and we have a chance to win this. We're up by 8 with 3.5 to go. We're a little bit above 3.5 to go. We're up by 8. We're up by 6. And it looks like we are going to the NBA Finals. We come back down 3-1. Manu Ginobili with 28 and 7. Duncan with a double-double. Kawhi had almost a triple-double. He had a bad game. And we just beat a Kawhi-less Golden State Warriors team. I don't know why I said Kawhi-less. That is dumb of me. Clay-less is what I was supposed to say. So we're going up against Kyrie, LeBron. Wow, we are maybe getting a Mickey Mouse run. Kevin Love is injured. He dislocated his right elbow. Didn't he get an elbow injury or an arm injury in that 2015 playoffs because of Kelly Olynyk? Well, either way, we win game. Oh my God, we just won by 53 points. Oh my God. All right, we're 3 games away from winning the finals. There we go. We're 2 games away from winning. That's what I'm talking about. Huge game there. Game number 3 goes to the Spurs. We end up winning. Manu Ginobili with 31 and 13. Game 4 we win. Boom, there we go. Kawhi is your finals MVP. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so we don't see any Spurs. No, Matt Bonner, the Red Rocket, retires. So Tim Duncan is not retiring. We just got a ring, so he's like, I can get one more. KG is going to the Hall of Fame. Obviously, he had 2 stints with the Minnesota Timberwolves. Draft lottery time. We'll see if we can land our DeJounte Murray this year. We are picking at 30, not 29. We are obviously going to bring back Greg Popovich on a massive extension. We got Mike Budenholzer as an assistant. Here are the mock drafts. So the Sixers probably will still end up with Ben Simmons, Jaylen Brown to the Nuggets, Domantas Sabonis maybe to the Celtics, DeJounte Murray to the Suns, Jamal Murray to the Hornets. So yeah, Ben Simmons does go to the Sixers like he did in real life in the 2016 draft. Domantas Sabonis goes second. He went later to the Orlando Magic, technically. Then you got Brandon Ingram at number 3. Going to the Boston Celtics, they don't end up with Jaylen Brown. The Suns are trading the 4th overall pick for Rajon Rondo. Well, that's an interesting deal. And Jaylen Brown goes to the Kings. Love that for Sacramento. And then Jamal Murray goes number 5. DeJounte Murray 6 to Indiana. The Knicks are on the clock at number 7. They're selecting Malcolm Brogdon. Not much to choose from here, and I only recognize like one prospect right now, and it's Damian Lee. So that's probably who I'm going to take here with the 29th overall pick out of Louisville. So yeah, Ben Simmons is going to be really good. The way the draft went, Georges Niang went right ahead of us. Same with Furkan Korkmaz. I guess like maybe Ivica Zubac would have been nice. Karis LeVert, Bryn Forbes, who ended up being a Spur, could have been a play. I'm not going to sign Otis Williams, who was almost Mr. Irrelevant. David West opts out of his player option. Obviously, though, priority number 1 this offseason is to bring back Kawhi Leonard. Oh my God. All right. So I want to bring back Kawhi, but they're not going to give me bird rights on Kawhi because of the way this contract was made or this roster. I have to free up $10 million to get him, and I'm not trading LaMarcus Aldridge. I may have to trade Tim Duncan. And I'm not going to abuse the system because Tim Duncan is 39 years old. Obviously, I'd love to do this deal. You know, maybe I could move Boris Diaw and Damian Lee, and then we could have maybe cap space next offseason. So I desperately need somebody that can still play for us. So I'm going to trade Boris Diaw and Damian Lee, who we just drafted, to clear up cap to bring Kawhi back. We're going to get a lottery protected first from Portland and an expiring contract, Gerald Henderson. I don't even know if that saves us enough money to get Kawhi. No, I don't think I can even give him a deal right now. Even if I backload it, if I did player option, I can't even offer him a no trade clause. He's going to decline that. So in order to keep this big 3, I just need these guys to retire at this point. I'm going to have to move Gerald Henderson. Our bench is going to suck. So I'm not even going to be able to get a player in return. I'm going to get the Cavs first round pick in the 2017 draft here next year. And obviously with LeBron, they're going to be pretty good if you think they're going to bring him back. So yeah, we're going to sign Kawhi Leonard 3 years, $37 million. Love that length and money wise, because nowadays he's getting more than $37 million a year, almost double that. All right, so Tony Parker is still a free agent. We do have bird rights on Tony Parker, thank God. I'm going to give him a 2-year deal so he doesn't end up in Charlotte, and we get him on a 2-year, $22 million contract. We can still afford David West, so I'm going to give him a 2-year deal. I'll let him opt out next year if he wants to. So yeah, we get David West back on that contract. We are going to lose Patty Mills, I think, so I'm going to get Patrick Beverley on a 2-year, possibly 3-year deal. And then we're going to sign Austin Rivers, we're going to sign Hito Turkoglu, and we're going to sign Ish Smith. I do need one more big man, so we're going to go after probably Mike Muscala, which isn't a bad pickup to be like our 4th string big man. LeBron stays in Cleveland. Kyrie goes to the Jazz, so maybe they are going to be worse. Oh my God. AD left the Hornets to go team up with Damian Lillard in Portland. That's kind of insane. Kemba Walker is going to replace Kyrie in Cleveland. So yeah, we're going to see obviously a lot of regression with this team being very old outside of Kawhi Leonard. All right, so we're going to be entering the 2017 season, in which I will not be starting Patrick Beverley. We'll start Manu Ginobili. We'll probably still have David West as the 6th man. Tim Duncan's going to get like 28 minutes a night. Let's go with 35 to Aldridge and Kawhi for the regular season. Honestly, I'd play Kawhi 37 minutes a night. Let's go 30 to the backcourt. I mean, yeah, we really don't have much depth. I guess Hito Turco was the only real guy not going to play, but it's going to be Pat Bev, Ish Smith, Mike Muscala, Austin Rivers, and David West off the bench. We do have the Cavs first round pick this year, and then we get a lottery protected first rounder from the Blazers in the 2018 draft. We start off the season with a road back-to-back. That is brutal to start off the year, but we win both of them. We beat Golden State, who has Michael Beasley now. Shout out Nate Robinson. Kawhi had 22, 10, and 6, and then we beat the Kings by 4. They have Andrew Wiggins now. Okay. I guess Minnesota already gave up on him. That's kind of crazy. So you have Wiggins and Jaylen Brown and DeMarcus Cousins and Seth Curry, but Kawhi had 26. Let's see him win MVP this year. All All right, so we're here at the trade deadline. We are 39-15 right now. We are the 2 seed in the Western Conference. The Thunder are the 1 seed. So they were able to sign Jimmy Butler. So you know what? They saw it in real life. KD left to build a super team in Golden State where they're like, you know what? We're going to get a super team here in OKC where they have Rush, Jimmy, KD, Serge Ibaka, Enes Kanter, Joakim Noah. That's really freaking good. The Heat are the 1 seed in the East with Amari Stoudemire, Chris Bosh, Ruel Deng there. Kawhi is leading the team in scoring, followed by Manu Ginobili at 38. There's Tim Duncan at 39, still averaging a double-double. Marcus Aldridge, you know you could do a little bit more. I don't think I'm going to make any trades right now. Obviously, I would love to add some depth pieces, but I think I want to hold on to the first-round picks we got because I would like to win every single year, and I don't want to sacrifice next year. I mean, we have Cleveland's first-round pick, and they're the 7th seed. Could they miss the playoffs? That would be pretty dope for us. Even Patrick Beverley's doing his part for sure. So I think I'm going to let this team ride. I'm going to assume that Duncan maybe retires. I'm not going to re-sign him until I absolutely know. Ginobili still has 2 years under his contract, so maybe they're not going to retire. Hey, I'm fine with it. Play until you're 40. All right, well, I'm sure the Cavs made the playoffs if LeBron won MVP in his age 32 season. What a year for him. Ben Simmons is your rookie of the year, the number 1 pick with the Sixers. John Henson, shout out UNC, 6th man of the year. Kawhi Leonard wins Deep Boy. Boom, there we go. Tyus Jones, most improved as a Bobcat. I guess they were the Hornets at this point. And Scott Brooks, coach of the year with that super team. So you have Harden, Rose, LeBron, Dirk, and Jokic on All-NBA first team. Jokic is on the Jazz now. Wow. Al Horford, KD, AD, Russell Westbrook, and Steph Curry on second team. We do get Kawhi Leonard on All-NBA third team. Obviously, Kawhi is going to be on All-Defensive first team as well. I wonder how Portland can go, like how far they can go in the playoffs with AD and Damian Lillard. We're not going to have anybody on an all-rookie team, obviously. So Portland, of course, did not make the playoffs. That's just how it goes in 2K. Are you kidding me? They were that 25-57. I mean, I guess Dame was hurt for some of the season, but I guess they don't have CJ McCollum anymore, so they chose AD over McCollum, which makes sense. We're going to be taking on Darren Collison, Jaylen Brown, Andrew Wiggins, Paul Millsap, and DeMarcus Cousins in round 1 here of the playoffs. Kawhi Leonard was our leading scorer, followed by Manu Ginobili, Tim Duncan, LaMarcus Aldridge, David West, and Tony Parker. David West putting up similar production than LaMarcus Aldridge. You hate to see it. Who were the league leaders as well here in the 2017 season? So points per game, you had Zach LaVine in Milwaukee, averaging 31.5. All right, well, he's going to turn into the best player in the league, I guess. Steph is number 3, LeBron 2, Dirk 4, Kobe 5. Rebounds, 81, Dirk 2, Griffin 3, Kevin Love 4, Drummond 5. And then assists per game, you have Rondo 1, Chris Paul 2, Ricky Rubio 3, D-Rose 4, Russ 5. Shout out to Jokic at 6. All right, game number 1 against the Kings. We end up winning by a lot of points. All right, I don't really think the Kings are going to beat us now after that game 1. Oh my God, and then they rattle off 2 in a row. That's what I get for being cocky. So what happened here in game number 2? We ended up losing by 2 points. David West at 22. Game 3, we got blown out. All right, DeMarcus Cousins is maybe owning our older big men. Game 4, though, goes to the Spurs by 12 points. Manu Ginobili with 29 and 12. Kawhi with 24 and 7. Can we win game number 5? No! All right, do we have an upset on our hands? Andrew Wiggins just dropped 32. Game number 6. This is do or die, man. This is win or go home. Are we going to advance and force a game 7? This is just round 1. Does not give me a lot of confidence. Luckily, though, we are going to blow them out in game 6 by 39 points. And here we go, game 7. It's going to be at home in San Antonio. They get off to a much better start. We scored 11 points in the first quarter. Well, that's kind of embarrassing. Second quarter goes our way. Third quarter, though, not as much. Oh, my God. It's a low-scoring game here. Both teams might score under 100, but it looks like we are going to win game 7. Yep, 96-81. Shout out Kawhi. Shout out Manu. Shout out, I guess, LaMarcus Aldridge. And now in round 2, we got to take on the Lob City Clips of Chris Paul, JJ Redick, Paul Pierce. Should not be an 89 overall. Definitely disagree with that. Blake Griffin and Josh Smith, so no more DeAndre Jordan. I did see they had Boban Marjanovic. We do win game 1, though. Kawhi with 26, 11, and 5. Manu Ginobili had a triple-double at, 39 years old. Boom! Game 2 goes to us. 3 for 13 game for Manu, 5 for 15 for Aldridge. It's funny that Manu has been better than Aldridge in this, which is kind of crazy. We lost by 2 here in game 3 to go up 2 games to 1 still. Game 4, all right, we're all tied up at 2 games apiece. All right, here we go. Game number 5 goes to the Clippers. So like the Kings series, we are down 3 games to 2, and we get eliminated. Damn. All right, so we ended up losing in 6. We lost 105-108. Oh, that's brutal. OKC might lose to Houston. That would be kind of insane. And they do. Wow. Houston pulls off the upset with Ty Lawson, James Harden, Carmelo Anthony. Love that. Jason Maxwell, Dwight Howard, Corey Brewer, Trevor Ariza, Frank the Tank, Willie Cauley-Stein is there as well. Who's going to the finals? Bulls, Rockets, and the Bulls. Winning 7 with Derrick Rose, adding a finals MVP to his resume. Now, this would definitely be a Hall of Fame career. All right, so we won a title last year, but then we had a massive disappointment this year. It looks like we're not going to lose anybody to retirement. I don't think so. Hey, I'm all for being able to use Tim Duncan and Manu Ginobili for the rest of the video. I didn't double check where the Cavs ended up, but we had the 22nd pick in the draft from them, and our pick's at 28. There's obviously the Jason Tatum, Donovan Mitchell draft, Lonzo Ball, Markelle Fultz. All right, so here we are, night of the 2017 draft. I mean, Portland could pair up Donovan Mitchell. Wow, they won the lottery. That's pretty sick. Donovan Mitchell with Damian Lillard and Anthony Davis. All right, so we are going to snag Luke Kennard with our first round pick from Cleveland. The first 5 picks, Jason Tatum actually went number 1 overall. So you got Tatum, Dame, and AD. That could be a dynasty in the making. Kyle Kuzma goes to Minnesota. Lonzo Ball still ends up in LA. Donovan Mitchell to Orlando and John Collins to Phoenix. You can see the rest of the top 15 here. De'Aaron Fox falls all the way to 11 to the Raptors. Mavericks get OG. Bam, 16 to Charlotte. And I'm going to take Derek White, 28th overall, so late in the first round like they originally did in the 2017 draft. So we end up with Luke Kennard and Derek White. I will take that. We're not going to sign Andre Stevens. David West actually opts into his $8 million player option. Dwight Howard and Chris Paul are going to test the market and head to free agency. So yeah, I guess like Dwight doesn't fall off like he did in real life. A part of me just doesn't want to pay Tim Duncan $23 million a year, but we don't have cap either way. So I mean, I might as well just bring him back on a 1-year deal for his age 40 season. And we're going to do that. So a lot of the veterans we signed to 1-year deals last year are probably going to walk, unfortunately. I'm going to match the $1.1 million or $1.3 million Ish Smith contract that he got. I didn't even realize he was restricted. All right, I want to see if I could try to trade LaMarcus Aldridge to the Wizards for Bradley Beal. They do have John Wall and Giannis right now. I don't even know if they would think about this. Let's see if I offer it to them. They don't counter. I do have that Portland first-round pick lottery protected. Would that get this deal done? No, and I would throw in my unprotected first rounder this year. That's the most I would do, and they're going to say no. I don't really think, I mean, if you would want Ish Smith, I would include him. No, okay, we're not getting Beal. So Chris Paul went to Orlando, and he's going to team up with Donovan Mitchell in that backcourt. What about trying to trade LaMarcus Aldridge for Mike Conley? I don't think that they're going to want to do this, but I feel like Mike Conley definitely would have been a Spurs guy. 2 first-round picks in Aldridge for Mike Conley. I will throw in Ish Smith, but that's probably the most I would do once again. They say no. All right, maybe we're going to make an in-season trade. We're going to sign Ronnie Turioff to a 1-year deal, and I'm going to give Matthew Dellavedova a 2-year deal. So we get Turioff. Are we going to get Delly? Nope, he signs with Portland. Sean Livingston signs with the Clippers, so we're not going to get him either. So maybe we'll opt for Aaron Brooks, maybe Jordan Crawford. No, we'll bring back Danny Green on the minimum. All right, so yeah, this team is obviously seeing a ton of regression with this team just being so much older. So let's see if a 25-year-old Kawhi Leonard can carry this team to another ring. I think we're going to be somewhat active at this year's deadline, though, here in 2018. So, I mean, yeah, it's probably going to be a Parker, Ginobili, Leonard, Aldridge, Duncan. I'm surprised these guys are this high overall still. Like, I have the regression rate on 60, but hey, I'm not complaining. We're going to have David West probably be the 6th man once again. We're going to rock 15 minutes to Beverly, 15 to Ish Smith, maybe 12 to Ronnie Turioff, 10 to Danny Green. No, honestly, I should probably... I don't even think I'm going to play Ish Smith. Let's see what Derek White and Luke Kennard can do, just because they're rookies and they have higher upside. We start off the season at home against the Hawks, and what? We just beat them by 47 points. All right, Aldridge. He was going to be at the top of the trade list this year, so if he plays well, maybe he'll make it through this team after February. Well, we just lost Ronnie Turioff for the season. All right, so we are here at the 2018 trade deadline. They have Trae Young projected as the #1 pick to the Nets. I guess at this time, though, that would be going to the Boston Celtics because of the KG trade. So looking at our stats, Kawhi Leonard is still running the show. Ginobili, man, this dude is 39 years old and he's still putting up good numbers. Shout out to him. Shout out to Tim Duncan. I'll take this at age 40. I was thinking about moving LaMarcus Aldridge. I don't know. He's been fine, though. We are the 5 seed, though, in the Western Conference, so we're definitely not as good as we used to be, and some of the teams have definitely lapped us. Shout out to the Hornets being good now that they no longer have Anthony Davis. All right, and I'm going to do this trade with the Toronto Raptors. I'm going to be giving them David West, 2 first-round picks, and an auto-generated player for J.J. Hickson and Kyle Lowry. Yeah, we are going to be switching things up, and we're going to be getting Lowry. I don't know if this means we're going to bench Tony Parker, but we get a little bit younger with that deal. I have no idea if that's a trade that's going to put us over the top. We could also experiment with Kyle Lowry at the 2, and we could roll with Tony Parker at the 1 if we don't want to do Ginobili, but Ginobili's still performing at a very high level, so I think I'm going to rock with that. Minutes will definitely change during the playoffs, but I had to make, I think, some type of move. We're 4.5-star defense. Lowry is a fantastic fit under Pop. And I think Lowry's like would fit into like that Mike Conley, Greg Popovich style point guard, but obviously he never ended up playing in San Antonio, but his teammate in Toronto did in DeMar DeRozan. Luke Kennard has right knee tendonitis. He's out 6 to 8 weeks. And Curry wins MVP this year in 2018. Lonzo Ball averaged the triple single and gets Rookie of the Year. Shout out to Greg Oden, still in the NBA. He wins 6th Man of the Year. Kawhi goes back-to-back with Depoy awards. Boban Marjanovic, Most Improved. Shout out to Eric Spoelstra getting Coach of the Year. So all NBA first team, you got Steph, D-Wade, Dirk, LeBron, and Jokic. Second team, you got Kat, KD, AD, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden. Here's third team of Derrick Rose, Goran Dragic, Giannis on the Wizards, Blake Griffin, and Andre Drummond. We did end the season as the 2 seed, which makes me think that getting Kyle Lowry was definitely worth it. We ended up going 64-28. We were the 4th best offensive team in the West, and we were the 2nd best defensive team. Kawhi is averaging 24.5 points, 7.5 rebounds, 4.5 assists. Ginobili's our 2nd leading scorer, which is just still crazy to say. We're taking on the Clippers in round 1. No more Chris Paul as he's playing in Orlando. We should definitely, I'm going to say, sweep this team. They should not win a single game. Now that Kawhi is back fully healthy, we're up 3-0, and we do just that. We sweep them. Kawhi averaged 34.5 points on the truth, Paul Pierce. We're going up against Golden State here with the Splash Brothers. Curry coming off an MVP. They still have Iggy, Marvin Williams, Marcin Gortat. Not really a great team. Is Draymond hurt or they no longer have him? They no longer have him. They have Big Baby Davis, though. You don't want to know what he did after he was in the NBA. So let's see if we could beat them and advance to the conference finals here in 2018. Tim Duncan has a cut on his head. He should be fine. We're down 3-1. Down 3-2. We're going to a game 7. Oh my God, we won by 1 point in game 6. Here we go. Game 7 against the Golden State Warriors. Can we beat them? Oh, come on. Don't get blown out, please. Have a good second quarter. Okay, there we go. We're down by 6. We're still in it. Down by 7. Don't let them pull away. We're down by 9. I think we were down by 5 at one point. Come on, come back. Oh man, every time we come back, they pull ahead. Down by 12 with 5 minutes left. We're kind of screwed. Down by 12. Down by 12, and they're going to beat us in game 7. Curry and Clay single-handedly beat us in game 7. Oh my God, Curry at 55? Kyle Lowry, oh my God, terrible defense. He also shot the ball horribly too. 3 for 11, 1 for 5, brutal. And the NBA Finals is going to be between the Warriors and the Pacers. The Warriors win, and Curry gets MVP and Finals MVP in the same video. Screw it, I want to do a 4th year. I want to end the video off on a good note. We do see Tim Duncan retire. All right, maybe it's going to be a new era of Spurs basketball for the final season. Will Manu Ginobili still be on this team? Will I move Marcus Aldridge? Possibly. Draft lottery time, the Nets are picking number 1, the Knicks via Toronto number 2. The Raptors via San Antonio are at 26, and since the Blazers have a lottery pick at 14, the Raptors are going to get that pick next year. All right, so we're here during the 2018 draft. Who's going to end up with Luka? Well, I guess it's going to be the Nets, right, if they want to take him number 1. All right, I'm going to make this trade with the Denver Nuggets. We're going to be giving them a Marcus Aldridge and our first-round pick, top 3 protected next year. We're going to be getting Jonas Valanciunas, who I think could start at the 5 for us, and we're getting Gallinari, who could be a stretch 4, but I think is going to come off the bench for us, and we save $4 million with that trade as well. So DeAndre Ayton actually goes number 1. Oh my God, Luka fell to 7 to the Magic. Oh, that is embarrassing for so many teams. So we're going to pick up the team option on Patrick Beverley. We could include him in a trade if we want to. We should have cap space because Manu Ginobili is a free agent, but I don't really think I want to bring him back. I think I'm going to let Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili walk. All right, so unfortunately, I didn't get James Harden. I offered him a deal to come here, but I was able to land Paul Millsap and DeMar DeRozan, and I'm pretty sure I could sign both of them. Oh, man, it has to be really close. All right, so I'm not going to be able to sign Paul Millsap right now. Harden goes back to the Rockets. Can I sign Paul Millsap now? I hope so. Come on, let me sign both of them, please. Boom, there we go. All right, so we pair up Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan in San Antonio. It's going to be Lowry at the 1, DeRozan at the 2, Kawhi at the 3, Millsap at the 4, and Valanciunas at the 5. Oh my God, 2K's going to let me scheme the system and get Ginobili. That would be pretty sick. Could we actually do this? All right, 2K, one last year, last dance. No, Ginobili goes to Toronto. They're like, you're going to steal DeRozan and Lowry from me. We're not going to allow you to steal Ginobili. So yeah, we do get Tony Parker back at least. I should be able to sign Thiago Splitter, and Marcus Morris. Okay, well, I can't get Marcus Morris, unfortunately. We signed Norman Powell to a one-year deal. So this is what the rotation is going to look like. Lowry at the 1, DeRozan at the 2, Kawhi at the 3, Millsap 4, Valanciunas 5. We have Gallo, Tony Parker, JJ Hickson, Luke Kennard, and Pat Bev off the bench. Under pop system proficiencies, 3.5-star defense. Let's see how we perform in the final season here in 2019. All right, so Steph Curry wins MVP. Luka Doncic, no-brainer, Rookie of the Year. Can't believe he fell all the way to, what was that, 7? Yeah, 7 to the Orlando Magic. Sabonis, 6th Man of the Year. Cat wins Depoy. That's kind of crazy to say. De'Aaron Fox most improved in Toronto now that Kyle Lowry is no longer there. So we finished the season as a 4 seed. We had a lot of injuries this year. We go 52-30, but with the old division rules, like, yeah, so you had to have a Pacific team win. You had to have a Northwest team win to get a top 3 seed, but the Pelicans were also in our division. They went 55-27. Our leading scorer was Kawhi Leonard, followed by DeMar DeRozan, Kyle Lowry. We are going to miss Valanciunas maybe for the whole round 1 series. So we'll see if JJ Hickson can step up, and we're taking on the Golden State Warriors, who won it all last year. Do they not have Clay anymore, or is he hurt? Clay's hurt again. Damn, he's been injury prone in this video. So if we lose to a Clay-less Golden State Warriors team, I'm gonna cry. We win game 1. Kawhi's got a strained left hip, and we lost game 2 by 4 points. That's not good. Game number 3 goes to Golden State. Curry drops 32. Kawhi scored 13 points. Lowry scored 5. God damn, we down 3-1. Come on, we lost by 2. Curry posts 25 and 20. We got Jeremy Grant dropping 21 on us. Don't lose game 5, please. Please, Valanciunas is back. Let's go. Don't lose game 5. Boom, there we go. We ended up winning by 6. Come on, can we force a game 7, please? Yes, let's go. We end up winning by 1. There's been so many close calls in this video. Game 7, boom. Golden State blows a 3-1 lead, even with Clay back. Now we're going to be taking on the 8-seeded Rockets with no Pat Bev. They swept the Pelicans, so I guess they were a fraudulent 1 seed. I could see it, but we're taking on the Rockets, led by James Harden, and they have Carmelo Anthony as well. Who's going to want to pass the ball? Battle of Texas here. Game 1 goes to Houston. Game 2 also goes to Houston. Game 3 goes to San Antonio. Pat Bev is back. Game 4, Houston. Come on, let's win game 5, please. No, we ended up losing. Wow, so an 8-seeded Rockets team is going to go to the finals. Yep, and lose to a, what, 3-seeded Sixers team in 7. And Ben Simmons already gets a finals MVP. So I feel like we had different eras of this video. We had the last legs of Tim Duncan. We had Manu Ginobili and Tony Parker. Manu left for the Raptors. We re-signed Tony Parker. We traded away Marcus Aldridge for some depth. But Kawhi won a Depoy. We got a title in year 1, but that was it. I hope you guys did enjoy the video nonetheless. I'm going to hope to have a 10-year rebuild out tomorrow, but if not, obviously you guys will get some action next week. And don't worry, I got a 0 to 18 rebuild coming out before the end of the month, and I got some fun rebuilds for you guys, maybe a Bill Russell challenge with Wemby. And then, yeah, make sure you guys subscribe to the Ross Gaming channel, link in the description if you're interested in Madden rebuilds, MLB rebuilds, NCAA Dynasty content. So thank you all for watching. I love you guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.